Alright, so we got Sokka's Master. Boy, that's an interesting title. I just saw that and went, ooh, like, well, what's going to happen in this episode? And it's a good one. The White Lotus, the Open Lotus, ooh, gets a little title at the end. What the hell does that mean? That's exciting. I always want to learn more about the Lotus people. So, yeah. Essentially, they decide that Sokka can't bend anything, or at least he decides that he can't bend anything, so he can't be of any great worth, or at least not as much as he wants to be. So they recommend that he finds a master, someone to train him, and he goes to this guy in the Fire Nation, lies about who he is, obviously, and asks if he can be trained. And the guy says he almost never takes any students, they have to be someone special, and he's told to build himself up, and Sokka actually says, I don't think I can build myself up, I'll be very honest, I don't think I'm very good. I just really want to try. And of course, the master really likes that and decides to train him. He trains him great. Sokka does a wonderful job. At the very end, he admits who he is, and the teacher has this great big fight with him, and of course, it's all part of the plan. I mean, we all kind of know the story a bit, but it's good, and it works effectively. The only thing I really question is the time frame of it, especially like I had a big conversation, as you saw in the last vlog, about time and how much they really have. And I guess it's always kind of been a strange kind of element in all this, is whether or not, how much does time really play in all this? Because at times, time plays a big part in that we gotta keep going, there's a meteor coming, there's also an eclipse, we have to really do something about this. But then it's sort of like, well, we can take some, moments here to become a master at something, or do this, or do that, or help these people out. So it's kind of a give and take, but, and apparently in this, all this is supposed to happen in one day. I don't know about that. I mean, you could just sort of say that's sort of the, family-friendly element of it, sort of the kid show element of it, that you can get away with it a little bit more. I don't think anyone in reality would think, oh yeah, you can learn all of this in one day. That's very unlikely. But again, you kind of give or take. It's kind of the Disney aspect. Oh really, they fell in love in 3 days. Okay. The other cool thing about it is that we get more of Uncle Iroh here, and I like how the saddest image I saw at first was when the guard came in, and he's there, he's like drooling, he's just got this mad look on his face, and I was just like, oh no, that can't be, they couldn't have broken him like that. And then he starts doing the sit-ups and the push-ups, and every single time the guard comes in, he acts like he's a pig on the ground, and he's been broken, and he's pathetic. As soon as he leaves, he like rips open the robe and a pillow falls off and he's like fucking built. It's both the most awesome and hilarious moment. Still kind of makes me laugh thinking about it. But it's cool. And again, I like reinforcing that, sort of fooling your enemy and not having so much pride that you have to stand up to him and, be strong all the time. It's in that illusion and that, being sort of deceitful and mischievous and stuff that he's always kind of been a big part of. Again, he's using it very much to his advantage, even in a place just like that cell. So I thought that was really cool. The other thing I take a little bit of issue with is that they're saying, oh, what is Sokka good at? Oh, I don't know. And it's like when he leaves, they're like, oh, there's no one to keep us on schedule or tell jokes. First of all, I think someone can keep him on schedule. I mean, I think, at the very least, Katara could probably do that. And the joke thing, I mean, granted, people need levity, they need humor. I know this very well. But, I mean, it's like he's gone for a day and they're just like, oh, we just don't know what to do. We don't know how to do this. Or whether it's a day or a couple days, whatever it is, they make it look like a day. But even if it's just a few days, it's like, okay, they're pushing it a little bit, but you kind of accept it. But what I always thought was kind of weird was that, even he was kind of advertising, I'm the idea guy, I'm the guy that thinks outside of the box. And he seemed very comfortable with it. It seemed strange that he would come around to feeling not very helpful when he seemed to already find his groove before. But I like the idea of him finding a master, and I like the idea that the steel for his sword is gotten from the meteorite. I thought that was a very cool idea. I'm sort of wondering if that's going to play a part in any other way, because why specifically... I don't know, it's just interesting. You have that sort of hit the earth, and they make a sword out of it. How is that going to come back? That seems like something that would come back. I'm curious if it does, because like everything else in this show seems to. So, yeah, I'm trying to think what else in this one. You know, it's a basic training episode, but it's done well. You know, the guy's voice, the teacher... In fact, let me look up who that is. I'm actually going to look up the name right now. Oh, that's the beginning of the next episode. I want to see if that's anybody, because... Oh, that was Robert Patrick. Okay. I didn't like him very much. I'm sorry. Like, he wasn't awful or anything like that. I just thought it was kind of this very... It sounded like someone who was doing a voice. And... for a cast that is so good at not sounding like that, it was a touch distracting. That's not to say he was bad. I mean, like I said, I sort of oversold that a little bit. I mean, he's not bad, but I think of someone, I think of Mako, and I think of Dante Bosco, and the people who do the voices of the kids and stuff, and they just sound very, very natural. Especially for a family show like this, and it's animated, and it's very difficult to do, and they just got that so well, and I thought his just something about the way he talks, you know, it was very much Kimosabi, I must show you the way of the wind, and I don't know, it didn't quite sound right, but it wasn't bad. I still liked the character. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, he ruined what was a great character. No, it still came across what he was about, and you know, how kind of quirky he could be, and eccentric, but also how very calm, very focused, and, you know, an overall good teacher. And obviously, I mean, all the twists at the end you kind of know are coming, that he would know he'd be up against the Avatar when he's fighting Sokka. He's fighting him to really test him and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, it works. I mean, I'm not saying, like, it destroyed anything. I'm saying just... if anything, just compared to the rest of the actors, his didn't quite have the, wasn't quite on the same level as everyone else. But again, this guy's best known for playing, you know, an emotionless robot, so there you go. He wasn't quite an emotionless robot, but just didn't grab me as much as, say, a lot of the other actors did. With that said, yeah, can't think of too much else to talk about in this one. I'm glad Sokka knows how to use the sword, and I still don't know where Suke is. Where's Suke? Am I saying it right now? Is it Suke? I saw someone actually like try to spell it out like Sue and then dash and then like K-E-H or something like that. So hopefully I'm saying it right. I think I'm saying Suki. I thought that's what she says. Is it Suki? I don't know, who cares? But that's like the one thing that's on my mind right now. Ever since I thought, I'm like, wait, yeah, where is she? Where did she go? Where did the other warriors go? I'm so confused by this. You know what, maybe she got away, because the more I think about... No, but she was fighting as a... Okay, wow, I'm really overthinking this. Bottom line, good episode. You know, not a great one, but it's nice to see Sokka certainly get more developed. And, okay, I want to know where that... I want to know where that Lotus thing is heading towards. I want to know what they're going to do with that. So, yeah, that's about it, and I'll see you next episode.